Well, to begin with, as you might have heard on the introduction, I used to work for the government of Chile. Now I work for the government of Spain, and last night I had a sleepless night. We started off very well, but now today is a black day. Spain is out of the World Cup. But to console myself, I always say, Spain always needs a Barca to pull it through to the World Cup. This year, they hardly had any players from Barca. They are out. So that's a good thing. Barca being the capital of Catalonia. I know it's a daunting task to give a lengthy presentation to a group of such a talent bank after lunch especially. So I'll just start off with a small little video presentation, and then we'll move on to the presentation itself. And I'll really make it quick, I promise. Can I have the lights, please, turned off? Just to give you a short view of what Catalonia is all about. We all know what Barcelona is all about. We have a lot of view about Catalonia from Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. It starts off from Barcelona, then it moves down to Costa Brava. That's all from Catalonia, but from an investment perspective, from a commercial perspective, what do we hold, what do we have to offer? Let's see. as you might have seen, the video gives a glimpse of what we are going to talk about. Catalonia, as you know now, is one of the most dynamic cities in, rather states in Europe. If I was to draw a comparison with one of the Indian states, I would say it would be perhaps Maharashtra or Gujarat. To give you some perspectives, Catalonia happens to be one of the four motors of Europe, along with Dusseldorf in Germany, Lombardy in Italy, Rhône in France, and together these four are the drivers of the European Union in terms of industries. Let's see a little bit about. I'll try to be brief. Barcelona, as you have seen, that it is a very prominent tourist place. But apart from that, it takes a lot of legacy from its pioneers. It is the land of Antoine Gaudí, of Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dalí, and of course, Joan Miró. Contemporary art, architecture, lots of contemporary and modern things are a blend within the state. But how does it fit in this perspective of family offices? See, yesterday and today there have been sessions where we have spoken about diversity. We have seen how a family office or an investor needs to diverse themselves, expand globally, look for options. And here, this is what we have to offer. This is what I want to show you a little bit about our country and what we have to offer. In terms of size, it's a relatively small place with only 7.6 million population. But if we look at the visiting people, we receive over 15.6 million tourists a year. Now, if you put it into perspective of Delhi, with a population of around 20 million, it's to say that within a year Delhi receives about 40 million, 42 million people. I mean, the burden of foreign visitors is huge, the infrastructure is great, the organization is perhaps one of the best, because of which we are able to sustain ourselves. So if you see over here, and we have a small little graph showing the percentage as compared to Spain, and you would see the number of foreign companies established within Catalonia is, as compared to Spain is 39%, which is a major chunk. We actually, going back to the same slide, the total exports, we actually contribute towards 26% of the total exports coming from the country. Again, there are several reasons to be proud of. Barca is one of them. But not only tourist and populist products, we also happen to be the second largest convention and trade destination in the world after Las Vegas. We are holding several world-class congresses. It has become the hub of IT. It has been awarded the title of Mobile World Capital. Every year we hold the Mobile World Congress, where the whole of telecommunication sector congregates within Barcelona for a period of 7 days and talks about it. Of course, the Architectural College of Barcelona is supposed to be one of the world's best, and we are doing a lot of work with India on those terms as well. Here are a couple of companies that are international companies that are located within Barcelona with the headquarters, and a few brands which you may identify that have exported themselves and established overseas. One of the brands that you might be very aware of is Borges, which is a Catalan product, and it's now in India in olive oil. And apart from that, Roca, Taurus, and Mango are three brands which are very prominently established in India. Why do we say Catalonia happens to be a good place for your investment? Well, simply because when you talk about Europe, the first preference, or what I've spoken to everyone, I've seen that the first preference always happens to be UK. Obviously for its historical connection with India and also with the abundance of English-speaking population. But when you go to mainland Europe, I would say perhaps Catalonia would be one of those few places where you can actually get a global mix of people with a substantial level of education, a very pro-business approach, very diverse industrial base. It's a production-based economy, and a lot of technology R&Ds happening in the state. of course, I'll just skip this slide, go on to talent and education. Um, Two of the world's best business schools are established in Barcelona, ISADE and ESA. Um, just a reference point for you to know that available local talent, if yeah, there is a expansion project and you are looking for world-class people, people to actually work for you, the acquirement of local talent is quite easy. Work ethics, of course, everyone talks about it, so I won't get it over there. This is important, labor cost. When we actually compare the labor costs of all the progressive, dynamic European economies, we find ourselves to have a labor cost which is far much more competitive than any of the other economies of Europe. Here we are comparing ourselves directly with United Kingdom, France, Holland, and Belgium. Of course, non-productive or semi-productive economies like Poland, Turkey go beyond us, but we are here comparing ourselves with the rest of them. Location. Another very important factor for investments abroad is the location. How far? What is the connectivity? Where are we? What can we do? The connectivity of Barcelona as far as the airport is concerned is quite good. We, like all the investment bureaus, we call ourselves the gateway to Europe, but also here I would add that it actually becomes the first point of connect to Latin America as well. So the airport itself is very well connected. Apart from that, the Barcelona port and the Tarragona port are two of the most important ports in the Mediterranean Ocean. A major bulk of the exports coming to Asia are happening through the Barcelona port. And of course, the high-speed train network, which is in itself a very important connection. Catalan exports, talking about the exports, again, over here, it's not that relevant, but just for you to get an idea, like I said, we are 26% of the total Catalan exports, which contribute to around 28% of the total GDP of Spain. That in itself is indicative enough how much is the country's allegiance or country's dependence on the Catalan economy. Not only that, 63% of our exports are within the European Union. So anyone who has a production-based plan or any investment plans to set up operations in Europe, there is a good infrastructure, not only of logistics, but also a commercial infrastructure that ensures that your distribution network is pretty much properly done. International business appeal. Being a global economy, we've spoken about out in mainland Europe, it is perhaps the best place to live in, more global and more cosmopolitan. This chart is actually pretty indicative of that. What we've done is we've taken the total number of expats living in Spain and put it in a percentage-wise perspective. And we have discovered that 46.4% of total expats living in Spain live in Catalonia, out of which the first top 3 communities are Americans, Japanese, and Italians. So then that again is an indication of how dynamic the diversity is of cultures. The ease of business is indicative enough because Japanese are the biggest investors in Catalonia at the moment. We want to take Indian businesses over there. It doesn't matter what size they are, but as long as we can help pro-business approach, we are happy to do it. It has been one of the best and most preferred areas in Europe for investment projects. If you see this graph, you will realize that outside of UK, in mainland Europe, Catalonia is the #1 destination where it comes to investments. What are the sectors? What are the segments we can look at? When we are talking about Catalonia, or even if we evaluate possible expansion projects in Catalonia, what are the sectors that we can look at? Definitely agro-food industries with a very prominent agriculture, fruits and vegetable-based economy, with a very prominent beverages-based economy where olive oil and wine production is done. Agro-food definitely is one of the important ones. Energy and natural resources. Here I would like to tell you an interesting thing. Barcelona is actually the world hub for solar and renewable sources. A Smart City Council is actually established in Barcelona. Smart City Council is an organization which actually puts the rules and regulations of all kinds of smart cities around the world. And those things are actually, all the smart city concepts are first tried out and tested within Barcelona. So energy, natural resources, water generation, restructuring and all is done in Barcelona. Industrial systems, of course, and everything to do with design. Health industry, a lot of medical equipments and products are coming out from there. Very strong pharma sector. And a lot of services. If we come to what kind of industries, the main crux of segments that we have is production industry and services. Services, right from telecommunication to infrastructure, all kinds of services are very popular out there. And here's a turnover-based segment of the different sectors, right from food, which is definitely one of the largest, chemicals, where we have a very strong cluster in Tarragona, gas and water, and motor vehicles. Now, motor vehicles is one link that brings India and Catalonia together. A major part of the Catalan businesses that are established in India are based in automotives, automation, and that's one of the linkages. And I'm talking about components, I'm talking about processes, I'm talking about systems. We have a major participation in the metro designing over here in India. There are lots and lots happening within the automation sector on the vehicular segment. Established sectors, of course, like I said, the companies that are established in Catalonia from abroad, in automotive sector, of course, SEAT and Nissan. Farmers, Grifols, Esteve, Boehringer, and Sanofi have their production plants. Catalan fashion industry is quite important. We have two brands from Catalonia, or two brands from Spain, one of them from Catalonia in India, Mango. The other ones which are very important on a global level are Desigual and Pronovias. Last year, Pronovias launched their first bridal range in India in October. Of course, the largest food and drinks cluster of Spain is in Catalonia. That's another sector that we can look into. And chemical production, like I said, the Tarragona cluster of chemicals is very important. India is supplying a whole lot of bulk APIs to Spain and vice versa. New growth activities. One of the things that our office does is actually detect new growth activities, new opportunities that could come up, out of which two things are very important. A is R&D, and second is innovation. Our government actually gives out subsidies on innovation products. If you have a company that is involved in some kind of a innovation or R&D program, bring them to me. I'll connect them to their counterparts over there, and we can actually work together. The segments that have been very successful have been in biotechnology and electrical vehicle. Electrical vehicle was a very good segment to the extent that last year we did one of the symposiums, EV27 in Barcelona, which was a very big success. In services, like I said, apart from logistics, a good network of logistics and all, we are the Mobile World Capital. We are holding the Mobile World Congress every year. Where we are actually offering all kinds of startups a soft landing in Catalonia with a shared service center. It is a government-owned establishment where we actually promote them and give them opportunities to participate in municipal projects of mobile money, mobile health, mobile security, and mobile education. Mobile world, yes, this is the same. Then again, just to give you a fact that technological advances are very huge. We are working a lot in nuclear science, nanotechnology, as well as biotechnology. This picture is of the ALBA synchrotron, which is the second particle accelerator after CERN. CERN is in France, and we border with CERN. With France. So this is the second particle accelerator after CERN. These are a few prides and joys of ours. The first picture is that of IDIADA Automotive Testing Facility. Now, this is interesting because every vehicle, every car that you drive on the roads, they have to pass through a very intense security testing system. And right from Maruti all the way to Rolls-Royce have to go through that intense testing. IDIADA is the company that actually issues that certificate. And in India, in Manesar, they have their testing facility with Maruti, and they have testing facilities in Bangalore, Chennai, Pune. And perhaps I would say about 80% of the vehicles that are running on Indian roads have been certified by them. Alba Synchrotron, as I already said, is involved in the detection of new molecules, formulas, and all processes are involving nanotechnology, nuclear sciences, and biotechnology. Then throughout the country, you see several technological parks and different areas where we give space to countries, to companies, to startups to come and establish themselves and do different projects. They don't need to have a massive setup. They have to have is ideas, innovation, and we will provide you the base. Then again, what do we have in terms of demographics? We have more than 200 hectares of available public industrial land, 800 hectares of available public logistic lands, which my office will be more than happy to share the information with you. Competitive costs of operation, in fact, one of the lowest, with only 213 euros per square meter per year of rentals out there. And this is second quarter last year's report. Business friendly, with diversity. You saw the graph of expats living in Catalonia. This is reflective enough of why they have chosen Catalonia as their destination, because it has been business friendly, because it is one of the places where the ease of doing business is quite good. And of course, services, this is where I fit in. Any productive investment that you guys have, all you have to do is approach me. I'll be the single window contact. We will give you we will come and let you know the opportunities that are existing out there. You can evaluate if that is something that your clients need, or if it is something that can benefit your client. We are more than happy to create that kit of information that will help them establish themselves out there. This is not a service not a tabbed out service. It is a tailor-made service which may vary from person to person, from company to company. We will do what you need. And that means if there is a project, we will prepare it, plan it, execute it for you, or you can do it yourself. But the whole groundwork can be done by us. It's a government enterprise. There are no costs involved on this. And of course, everything is done by us. These are some testimonials. I'll skip this. And of course, if you want to get in touch with me, my addresses are there. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I would just request Mr. Aditya Gadge to kindly hand over a token of our appreciation for sir. We'll begin our next panel discussion in just 5 minutes. Or we'll break for tea for 15 minutes and then be back for our last panel discussion.